Hey, it's been a while since I've been live. I'm starting to get back into my groove with posting more videos, more content coming out day by day with the NFL. Obviously, there's been tragedy with Jacoby Jones, but then there was also another tragedy that could have been a lot worse. It's connected with former President of the United States, Donald Trump. Now, his connection to the NFL goes a little something like this. With all the money and prestige that he had over the years, there was things that he was trying to do, especially as a younger man. And one of them was trying to buy a NFL football team. Now, obviously, he was not successful, but he does have connections with players that have been in the NFL, and he was a owner of the USFL, so he does have a football background. So he was the owner of I think it was the New York Jersey Generals, and one of the players that was on there was Herschel Walker, and there was a good chance that he could have been an NFL owner and may have never ever been the president. But what this talk here is about what happened yesterday. Now, attempt on his life from a shooter that was obviously outside the perimeter. That's what they say of the Secret Service and the President Trump rally, support rally that happened. And he was definitely hit, looks like it, and it was hit in the ear. And he has survived that attack. And we haven't had a president in a while that we know of, that was actually his life could have been cut short by a shooter. But the talk here is more so about things that we have going on in this world. We have to make sure that we pay attention, stay out of the way of certain things, be aware of situations. Now, been around a lot of football games. That's a large venue of people. You don't really know who's there, and the possibility of these things is very likely. That's just the way it is. We have guns all over the place. We have mental health issues. We have bullying issues. We have political issues. We have race and gender issues. So security has to be heightened to a point where it may be a little uncomfortable for people going to some of these big venues, some of these big football games that we have coming up here in the next month or two. So I just want you to be aware of these things because no matter who you are, your life can definitely be threatened. Unfortunately, his was, and it was unsuccessful from the shooter, which that's a good thing because we don't need another person dying by the gun, but that seems to happen frequently. But especially a candidate for president, no matter if you are wanting to vote for President Trump or Biden or whoever else, you have that right as a U.S. citizen. But this here is just awareness that you know we do have a gun issue, and it's a huge one. And a lot of lives are going to be taken, have been taken, and probably continue until things change if they're ever going to change. So obviously, former President Trump, wanted to get into the NFL and was unsuccessful. And he, you know, that's what happens in business. Now, I wonder how the NFL would have been if he was actually an NFL owner. Let's say he what became an NFL owner years ago. Would he take the same business approach that he had with his businesses into the NFL? Would have the NFL looked a lot different if he would have been the owner? Now I know the owner, and they make a lot of decisions based off the collective agreements between the owners, and then they have a commissioner there that kind of regulates those things. But Trump is one that, in my opinion, he likes to force the issue because he feels like he knows a little better about certain things. And because of that, I feel like that's probably one of the reasons why he was never successful actually being the owner of an NFL franchise. Another thing too is, if he's very popular with a lot of football players. Now he was in boxing for a long time too, but he seems to be very personable with certain players. I don't know if that's an ego thing. I don't know if he just likes to be around athletes. Not really sure, but that was something that was a great trait for him, because I feel like people respect you when you can talk to them one on one and not just be sitting behind a desk smoking a cigar, chilling, leaning back, and saying I'm the big boss. He actually kind of did the whole handshake, kiss the baby type of thing. So those are things that, with Trump, on the if he got into the NFL, he would definitely have been an asset of actually bridging the gap between players and owners. Sometimes, as you know, some people are not happy with owners because they're making decisions behind the scenes, and some players just don't like that. Now, I know the NFL players want to have more money, better money from the TV revenue, and they really just want to have guaranteed contracts, which until this day is still not guaranteed. A lot of us depend on their signing bonuses. I know the NFL looks at other leagues and says they're able to do the things for their players differently than than the NFL. Not only because smaller rosters, probably how the collective bargaining agreement is structured with the NFL, probably, or they just don't want to. Who knows? But someone like Trump could have probably been an advocate for the players in that situation. Now, I don't know that to be certain, but I do know that he has been, front and center a lot with certain things like this. But again, President Trump life was threatened in the form of assassination, but he was not assassinated. Looks like he's going to make a full recovery. He had damage to his ear, but it looks like that's about it. So we're going to see what's going to happen with former President Donald Trump here in the future. But again, this is No Huddle Football News. Stay tuned for more videos. Stay tuned for more content, and stay tuned for more possible upcoming lives with some more interviews. Definitely coming very soon. Again, till I speak to you all again, peace, everybody.